Okay. Gonna be fascinating. Shall we go? Ah. Well, hello, Facebook, coffee mates, and all of the world. It's August 25th. We've made it almost all the way through August already. It's just amazing to me. So that means we're what, 5 months into this crazy pandemic? So tonight we're gonna have some fun. I'm going to talk a little bit about my trip over to Oregon. It was quite eventful, not in a particularly good way. I'm going to talk a little bit about how the pandemic has changed. Just a bunch of you have responded to my question on Facebook, and I appreciate that. We're going to talk about why I have the best job ever, and I'm going to show you some photographs of some elk. I'm going to talk about the art source a little and put in a little plug there. And we're going to finish with my friend David Lloyd Rand and Meet the Mates. So let's get started. I got to tell you, I'm a little nervous. I've really brought the level of this show, if you've noticed, that I'm brighter and clearer. I'm also faster. I'm now coming to you in HD. I went out and spent some money. I bought a router. I bought I bought new internet. I bought a new, in addition to a router. Anyway, I bought a bunch of equipment. I brought my old real good camera back in. The sound should be better. Overall, the show should just be better. I decided that if I'm going to do this, that I need to be serious about it. Well, I'm often talking about you need to step up. So I'm going to do this every week, twice a week. I'm going to continue to do it. I really enjoy it. My numbers are slowly creeping up. Even on Tuesday, I got almost 300, and that was just almost a lark of a show. So tonight, we're going to talk about what happened over the week for me. Whoa, I'm going out of focus. Ah! Okay, I'm back in focus. Focus, David, focus. Here we go. I did not buy new internet, Michael. I bought new internet connection. You folks. So, as some of you know, on first part of last week, I went out with Corey Barish and my friend Robert Riddle Jr., who may or may not join us tonight. And we decided we would go to Yuntura and Burns. There's a place called the Stink Water Herd Management Area. Corey had been there just a couple weeks ago, and he found horses in the trees, and pictures are so fantastic. We decided we would load up. So we drove over. So if you remember, Tuesday was the day of that storm. So we're driving through the, Al Gore sold it to me, David. So I took the trip from Boise to Burns to the stinking water, and we went through and we wandered around. We found scat, we found horse poop, and we looked up and we went up and down the road. Didn't find any the night before. We did find some domestic horses that looked beautiful, but that's not what we were looking for. So went to sleep fairly late on Monday night. Got up Tuesday morning early and went out and looked again. Long story short, nothing. So we found a new road over to the Warm Springs Reservoir, and on the edge of the Warm Springs Reservoir is also part of the herd management area. On those 2 days, I took 800 steps according to my phone, and I went over 30 floors. So for about 14 hours out of 24, we were in a car. It was long. We got a flat tire. Fortunately, we limped ourselves into Vail, and great people at Les Schwab fixed our tire. It was fantastic. We were really worried that we might have to buy a new tire, maybe even a whole set. That didn't happen. When I got back, I took a long hot bath, and at least one of my friends had to go to the chiropractor the next day because we're old. So yesterday, day before yesterday, I posted a plea to find out what in the world was going on with you and your pandemic. What you thought, and I simply ask, in what way has the pandemic changed your life forever? And I said that we talk about it, and it was very fascinating. You can see the answers here, and I'm going to just talk about them. There was a lot of talk about friends and family, and there was a lot of talk about slowing down, connecting more with yourself internally. And I think maybe in the long run, we're going to look back at this and we're going to decide that maybe it wasn't such a terrible thing after all. I know for me, it's given me a chance to connect better, closer with my friends, certainly better and closer with my family. It's given me a chance to slow down and evaluate. What about you? Those of you who didn't come on here, did you? Is there something positive that the pandemic has done for you? I was really happy. Almost no one talked about how terrible it was. If you look at these comments, my friend Candy did say that she's not ever going to take it for granted to hug somebody, and boy, I know that I miss hugging my family. Um, my friend Samantha, who is in the event category, she does big galas and stuff, usually for art galleries. She was one of my bosses. She was my boss at the um, Boise Art Museum for a while. Did you know for a while you could hold events at the art museum and they would provide the bar for you? It's just wonderful. A really good job. Samantha was a great person. And of course, my friend Carol, who has gone through more than most over the last few weeks, her husband contracted COVID. Of course, she also did, and they were quarantined for a while. They're both good now, which is wonderful. But so, what about this crazy pandemic thing? Is it going to be good in the long run? Will we get through it? Will we be better off? I kind of think so, honestly. So enough of the bad stuff. Enough of the good stuff about the pandemic. Just think about how you can take care of yourself and think about slowing down and maybe reevaluating. It's a great, great way to be. Let's talk now about why I personally have one of the best jobs in the world. Look at those beautiful animals. And those of you who are not, well, actually, if you're any place in the West, you know, but Zig, who's out at the end of the world, knows that the West is covered with smoke. We drove through some of the smoke that was generated in Oregon when we were out there, and man, is it a mess. But boy, does it make for some beautiful skies. So I got to go out and take some photographs of these amazing elks. Now they still have their velvet in the image to the left. You can see the velvet the sun coming through the velvet. That beautiful orange sky is caused by the effect of the smoke on the sunset. I have always really, really wanted to get a beautiful image of some sort of animal with the sun behind them at sunset, and I was able to do that. These are not wild. I don't want to kid anybody. This is not a wild animal, but they are certainly not tame either. I had to stand in the pen. You get a little nervous when you're standing there with an animal that's a couple thousand pounds who could kick you literally over the fence. What do you think of those beautiful shots, my friends? They were taken last night. They are fresh off of the computer. I just did them a little bit ago, and I am really, really happy about how they turned out. So, all right. Next up. Really, next up. So, what about the Art Source Gallery? As you can imagine, the artists at the Art Source Gallery, there are roughly 40 of us, we're struggling a little bit. Our rent is likely to go up quite a bit at the end of the year, and we were planning on putting some money away. So what we're doing is we're having a green tag sale. So if you will go to 1015 Main Street, we're open from 11 to 4, Monday through Saturday. So we're still open. There's lots of space. So we do ask you to wear a mask. In fact, we require you to wear a mask. Your attendant, whoever that is, will also be masked up. But it's a great place to just come down and enjoy artwork. We're Idaho artists. We all work, so we're all there. And we have lots of really good photography. My friend Tony Moody, who is often a coffee mate, is there. Of course, my work is there, including some of my metal work. It's one of the best places to see a group of my work, some canvas. We have some fantastic painters. We have sculptors. We have a woodworker. We have lots and lots of jewelry. So it's a great place to just go. And as I was saying, our green tag sale throughout the Art Source, and especially up in front, there are pieces of artwork with a green tag on them. Now, the green tag means that 100% of the money from that piece of artwork is going to go to help ArtSource maintain our position in the city, either to stay where we are or be able to move someplace effectively. And it also, because we're not making as much money, it also gives us the opportunity to get through this crazy pandemic time. Because honestly, people just are not downtown. We're obviously not getting a lot of tourist traffic. We're not getting that. There are fewer office people. It's just tough. So if you have a chance, go down. You don't necessarily have to buy anything, but it's a great place to look. It's just beautiful. I am so proud to be a part of this. This photograph that I have up over here. This photograph. Oops. Hey. Okay, never mind. Let's see if I can get rid of some of this stuff here. Photograph that I have up here is of the ArtSource, and one of the things we often do is we do big events. This is Jerry Hendershot down here in the corner, the gentleman with the ponytail. And he's a teacher. He works at Timberline High, and one of the fantastic things we do at the ArtSource is we get together once a year and we allow students to be professionally juried and judged, and then we give them big prizes. It's really fun. It's great to watch these kids blossom and get to see their work in a real art gallery. That's the sort of reason why you need to go down and be able to support the ArtSource Gallery. 1015 Main. We're open 11 to 4, Monday through Saturday. So if you get a chance and you're in Boise, go by. If you want, I'll meet you down there. So come on down. So next up, I'm really happy with this. I need to talk a little bit about my friend David Wren. David Wren has been a good friend for a long time. He doesn't live very far away. He has helped me at the market. His son has helped me a lot. We talk a little bit about in this show. And I'll tell you, it really, really is wonderful to watch him learn how to thrive and he's raised his son mostly as a single father. And he's truly a good man. And I would like you to meet the mates, my friend.
Yeah, I start without the video every time.
Yeah, no problem. Can you get rid of that? Can you maneuver so the there you go. Oh,
is that better?
Oh yeah, I like that. Great picture. All right. Okay, let's get this started. Take 2. This actually is 2 this time. Hello, everybody. David O'Day. I call these segments Meet the Mates. So over the months, we've gathered up a pretty interesting group of folks, and I thought maybe some of you would like to know what some of the rest of you look like. So, tell me who you are, my friend.
My name is David as well. I'm David Wren. Known David Day for 15 plus years, something like that. I don't know. How long has it been?
It might even be more than that. So I want to brag a little bit about Dave Wren. He's a very loyal, wonderful person. He started out a little rough, but he's just done a fantastic job of raising his son. He's a really good tech guy. Worked long time in the service industry all over the world or all over the country, including Minneapolis. He was there shortly before my daughter was there. And I just really appreciate his friendship. And let's talk a little bit about who you are, kind of where you come from, all of that sort of stuff.
Okay. Well, I'm local Idaho. I was born and raised in Pocatello. Moved to Boise when I was old enough to know better. I was here for a few years, and I itched to travel, and I ended up in Minneapolis.
Ah, fantastic.
I was there for 10 years and ended up coming back.
You came back kind of a lot for your son, didn't you?
Yeah. I came back primarily for my son.
So let's brag a little bit about David's son, Jeremy. He's helped me out at the market. He's a really good kid, and he just started working, didn't he?
Yeah. He got himself a job as a dishwasher.
Yeah, that's hard work. I've done it before. I've washed a lot of glasses in bars.
Oh, these kids, they have it easy now. These dishwashers, these machines, you just put the stuff in the rack, put it in, and the conveyor belt takes it through.
I will tell you what, that just moving the racks alone would kill me now. So, David, tell me, what's the best advice you have ever gotten in your life?
the best advice primarily is just keep trying. Keep
Really?
trying. Anytime you have something going on, if you don't put effort into it, it's not going to happen.
That's fantastic. So is there anything you'd like to share with your coffee mates?
Well, it's nice to meet you. I can't wait to see more of you or the rest of you on here. It's good to see new faces.
This is relatively painful. Would you suggest that maybe they go ahead and try it with us?
Yeah, most definitely.
All right. Well, this is David Arday, a little short one. This is called Meet the Mates. We're going to do this every Friday shortly after 6 o'clock. Heard Over Coffee is here live on Facebook, or now almost regularly. He's pointing to an image that I took that I gave him and his son. I think I gave it to. Did I give it to you or did I give it to Jeremy?
You gave that one to me.
Oh yes, Jeremy also.
Christmas time ish.
Yes. Oh, yeah. That's right. It was your Christmas bonus for helping me out so much. I greatly appreciate you, my friend. So anyway, we're going to do these every Tuesday and Friday, assuming I'm in town. And most of them are also going to be available on my YouTube channel. So what is that, David? David Arday Creative? Is that what it is?
Yep.
David always has to help me with the tech side of this. So I greatly appreciate you, my friend, and I greatly appreciate you, all my coffee mates. This is David Arday, and we're out.
Well, what do you think, folks?
Well, maybe I can.
I think that turned out to be pretty good. I appreciate David for coming on here.
I'm going to bail because I got nothing else to say.
I'll see you next Tuesday. David Arday. We call these Heard Over Coffees. Tuesdays and Tuesdays and Fridays. Appreciate you, my friends. See you next week.